Hey everyone, welcome. And yeah, so let's do this. Actually, I'm gonna take you out of the case, I think, because people always say that my phone's audio is not very good, but it was good. It just it's the new case that I got. Sorry, yank you out of there. There we go. Hopefully that's better, but we'll see. Well, all right. You guys aren't gonna even stay up, are you? Of course not. Okay. I think we got you guys somewhere here. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments section if you can hear my voice okay. Oh, how's it going? Too Fast 65, you're always on here. Alright. So, you can probably hear the rain going. We just had a wicked storm come through. It was raining super heavy. And I don't know why, but like the tree line that we got back here, it's like the lightning hit the tree line like 4 different times. So that's pretty crazy, I thought. But anyways, what we're doing right now is I got this new tool. If you guys see my other video, you know that I'm gonna be doing like a project series, if you will, on the snowmobiles. And yeah, you don't have to shovel rain, that's true. So I'm gonna be doing a project series on those snowmobiles, and neither one of them run. And I have the trailer, and I need to get them up onto that trailer. So I went out today. I went to Northern Tool, and I was actually gonna go to Harbor Freight, but I thought this is something I can kind of carry like deer hunting or something I can have like forever. And so I really wanted to make sure that it was a better quality than like a Harbor Freight. So I've never heard of this brand, but regardless, like I said, it's Northern Tool, so it should be a little better. It's called Strongway. And they normally have different models. They'll have like a 2,000 pound model, a 4,000 or a 4,400 pound model, and then they have this 8,800 pound one. And this one here was like 56 bucks, and like the 4,400 pound one was like 42. So I just decided, yeah, I'm just gonna get the largest one they have. And I attempted to open it in my car, but it's kind of heavy, and so yeah. But it comes with 12. I'll just show you here. So let's get it out. I don't know if it needs any assembly. I don't think it does, but I thought I could at least show you guys. That way you know I'm kind of serious about my project here. Ugh. So here it is. It comes with, you can double up this line, but a single line will do 4,400 pounds, like the winch cable, if you will. And if I double it up, obviously you do 8,800 pounds. But I've never had a come along before. And that's why I put on here new shop tool, or new tool, because I figure if I put come along on the title, they will deny it immediately. Oh, so here it is. I figured this has to be better than the Harbor Freight brand. So essentially, it looks like this end you'd anchor to whatever, and then you'd run out this end, and it's like a large, and this is where you can double it up. So yeah, this is like your snatch block. So if you wanted to double it up, I believe you would just have it like this and hook this on, and then you'd have the double the power, I think. I might be wrong. You guys can correct me. Anyways, and then it just looks like a pretty big ratchet here. We got some safety lever right here of some sort. There it is. So this engages or disengages. Good night, Sammy. If you're gonna free spool it, right? Oh, she's stiff in there. Then you click this down, See that? It works just like a giant ratchet strap. And you can use it to lift too, which I thought that might work nice for like if I get a deer or something this year and I need to hoist it up in the rafters. You can use this to do that. Beats trying to lift it by hand. So I really look stupid with this, but because I don't have anything to hook it onto to give her a pull here. Let's try this. Can I hook it on this? That's not quite, alright, we gotta test this thing out. Hang on. It does look pretty heavy duty, and that's why I went with it, was because I thought, you know, someday it might be riding around with me in my truck or something, and I might get stuck in a snowbank, and this might be like a savior. So, kind of forward thinking, I spent a little money to hopefully get something that'll last me forever. I'm sure there's a ton of different brands, nicer ones, or whatever, but anyways, let's see if I can get some slack out of this. Of course. Oh wow, you really gotta be strong apparently. Come on now. Let's try unhooking this end. Maybe the doubling up thing is what's messing me up. Okay. Oh, why are you so tight? Is this normal? Holy man, I mean it's not locked, I think it just is, it hasn't been used yet. Let's see how. Well, this thing is going to be a pain in my butt. I'll show you guys, I think, what's working against me here. So, like a winch on the front and on the back, there's metal pieces which push on the wire. Is that right? No, cable. And I think those are just pretty strong. But there's nothing holding the dogs, I don't think. Let's see. I've never used one of these, so if you guys are laughing, that's good. You should be laughing. Alright. So let's try this again. Press on this lever a little more. I mean, it should be stiff, because normally you'd be yanking something that's pretty god-awful heavy. Alright. By the way, I did go and get my snowmobile, or snowblower. That might have been in the video. I haven't made a video in a while, but I have been making videos. I just didn't like how they turned out, so I decided not to upload them. And so now I'm a little confused on what you guys have or have not seen. Let me try to get this underneath here. Get a little more weight going. I don't know if this will be any better, but we'll try. It will be no problem probably getting this out on a snowmobile, because it's just going to be dead weight. At least this thing can kind of move a little bit. Okay. Well, I feel like try this again. Alright, well, let's try this. You got a whole instruction packet here. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Oh, sorry. You are on Sammy's car, which is very slippery. Alright. So here we go. Cable puller. Oh, okay. I tried standing on the hook and pull. I really was pulling. But, so yeah, it just works the same. This little description works the same as a ratchet strap. You just have more leverage, I guess, with the handle. To release the cable, Squeeze up on the trigger paw and walk it back to the anchor point. And then to release it, to release it, you go the other way. So I did have it proper. It's just stiffer and stiff. Which is probably not a bad thing. Alright. Oh, holding on. Alright. Come on now. What have I done? Back to the chat. Top chat, live chat. Okay. Alright, so this sucker's just tight. Let me get a screwdriver, see if I can just manually turn that thing. So these are the videos that I hope you guys have been missing. Because I've been missing making them. Just getting out here and doing stuff, anything really. These dogs aren't going to work. Oh man, okay. So that is open, obviously. I mean, it's just flopping around. Try this again. Oh, wow. This sucker is tight. Holy man. Ugh. Okay, we're going to have to do this differently. Oh, someone said, I saw your video. Did you get a new chainsaw? Yes, I did. So the old Poland that I had, let me grab you guys, flip you around. Okay. So the old Poland that I had, which I just threw out, I had bought a carb kit for it because where are those parts? I bought a carb kit for it. The parts are still here somewhere. And I rebuilt the carb on it as much as I was willing to do. I didn't change out the needles or anything, because when you change out the needles, you have to retune the whole thing. I didn't want to do that. So I just changed out the diaphragm, which I figured that was what was wrong. And it just ran horrible no matter what way I tried to tune it. So I said, to heck with it. When I go deer hunting, it always is snowing. There's always trees all over the road. When I go duck hunting, I need to cut firewood. And in the long-term future, Sam and I want to buy a chunk of property and make a little cabin. So I decided to go with just a cheap still. I considered Husqvarna, but I went still because it's just what my dad ran growing up. They're both nice though. And it's just an MS 170. I got it for 170. Come on now, focus. I got it for like 170 bucks, and it works nice. So I enjoy it so far. And then my next thing that I had bought was this. This is a brush cutter. This will also come in handy for deer hunting, but more importantly, I wanted it for cutting some of the bushes on the side of the house down, and then like the whole brush line by the fence. And so I put this on there. This wasn't like a perfect setup. It was supposed to work well on weed whips, but the whole of it is like a hole like this, and some of that's like tiny. But you can tighten it up enough to where it has some washers and stuff, it's just not quite there. So I'm going to measure the diameter of the nut that I put on here. This thing. So you can see it has a washer and stuff. So I'm going to measure the diameter, and then I'm going to mark a circle. I'll just, measure the halfway point of this. Oh. Come on now. Don't do that. Anyways, that's not a good sign. Measure the halfway point of, if the power does go out, guys, I'm gonna have to go because that's a whole different story. The sub pump runs here like mad, and I'm gonna have to start my generator and get that going if the power does truly go out. What was I saying? Anyways, I gotta measure that out and get that centered. Why is that a thing? You guys seeing this? Man. Anyways, I was really hoping to get this thing to work. I think I'm gonna need something a little heavier. Like the back of this thing would work nice, but it's backed right up to the garage and I have this rack on it. And so I'm not gonna take this off right now. We went to the pumpkin patch today. And yeah, it's raining out. Oh, sorry that you guys are focused. And it's raining pretty good. Let me show you guys that. Rosie's sleeping. You can see her butt. So I'll mess with this tomorrow. Maybe I'll hook the lawnmower to it and then the other side to like a tree or something. But let's check out the rain. Since it's messing with my stuff. Doesn't look bad. Probably see more when this vehicle's lights come by. There, you guys can see it. So it's raining pretty good out here. But I tell you, I don't know. Some lightning. There's something either on our tree line or like just over that way a tiny bit that lightning loves, because it struck it 4 times. Wow. I'm gonna close this because all the skeeters are gonna make their way in here. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to talk to you guys about. By St. Cloud? Yeah. Well, it was coming up that way, and now that it's here, it's died off a lot. It was like purple, pink and purple earlier, but it's died off a lot here. But one thing else I want to talk to you guys about is, I don't know if I put this in the other video, I'm going to sell my little 40 by 48 trailer, and then I'm going to sell my 4x8 trailer and the ramps, and I'm going to put that money towards a 5x8 ramp, a 5x8 trailer with the gate on it, because projects like this snowmobile become so much harder when you have to, like this is fine, I don't mind using a come along or a winch to get something on the trailer, but when the trailer itself doesn't have like a nice ramp to go up to try to get it on those aluminum ones I have out there, it's gonna suck. So I'm looking to get that trailer out of here, because also that trailer doesn't have standard size tires. It has like a weird bolt pattern, like 4-on-5 or something like that. And yeah, it has a weird bolt pattern, and then it takes regular car tires. So if you get a flat tire on a Sunday, I don't have a spare for it, because to get a spare rim and stuff, it'll be as much as a rim and car tire. And it's not like I can go to the junkyard, because it's like that trailer has USA bearings from GM. So I don't know how old that dates it. I was only able to really find stuff from the 60s on those bearings. So if that's any sort of indication as to how old that trailer is, it's old. So that's how old that bolt pattern is and stuff. So it's just kind of hard to find stuff for it. But yeah, I'm going to be selling that all of it and then putting it towards just a regular trailer, because the trailer will have the ramp on the back and take regular tires, and you really have to have a 5x8 at least. A snowmobile deck would maybe be nice because it would tilt, but then you can't really use it utility wise, because it's a pain to put like sides on them, because they're not really made that way. So I like the utility side with 5x8. But anyways, at least we were able to kind of unbox this thing and look at it and see the quality of it. It looks pretty nice. I think the quality I would have gotten from a Harbor Freight would have been way worse. Because I was talking to a guy at work, and he's like, yeah, I got a 2-ton from Harbor Freight. Maybe this is a 2,000-pound one. He's like, it was $20. And I'm like, that's really cheap, especially for something that you're going to have all that tension on. Just think, I mean, if you had 8,800 pounds of dead force that you'd be pulling on this thing, that line is going to be tight. I mean, if you've ever winched a four-wheeler out, four-wheelers are, what, 1,000 pounds? And yeah, you might be pulling 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. Like a winch is what? You get like a 2,000 pound winch. I think that's maybe a standard four-wheeler size. And that thing is tight, scary. So imagine one of these that you're really cranking on. cheap is not necessarily what you want when it comes to something like this. So, I mean, the one I got is probably considered cheap still, but at least it's not Harbor Freight cheap. At least it's Northern Tool cheap. But anyways, yeah, this was like 56 bucks, and I thought it'd be nice. You could throw it in the bed of your truck. I can think of about a dozen different uses off the top of my head for this thing. You can straighten trees. You could hook it to a small shed like what I got and pull it around if you had to. You could lift stuff. Our washer and dryer, it's stacked, and I want to take the top one off. So I think I could lift it and then probably flip it and let it down if I wanted to, if it has that capability. And then just for if I get stuck, you know. Ken says, buy a 5x10 with a ramp gate and you won't be sorry. Well, I would like that, but the 5x10s are like $1,200. There's a huge price difference between, you can get a 4x8 and a 5x8 for a couple $100 difference, but going from a 5x8 to like a 5x10 or a 6x10 or a 6x12, that gets expensive way fast. So I'm just looking at a simple 5x8 mesh, because they have the wood board ones and they want like $150 to $200 more, and it's ridiculous because they put like probably $30 to $50 worth of boards on there, and they're just cheap deck boards. So I figure I can get the mesh bottom, and if I really want to, I can put a sheet of plywood in there to strengthen it up, or weld more stuff to it like I could. But I think the mesh will be perfect for just what we do, right? We use it as a utility trailer. It's going to go up deer hunting, probably duck hunting, you know, like it's just going to be toted around. And yeah, we're going to get one snowmobile, and hopefully we'll get some four-wheelers in the future, but that's in the future. So right now it's like if I can just sell everything and get into that 5x8, I'd be really happy. And that also comes in handy too with finishing the garage. So like 4x8 sheets of plywood on the trailer that I got, yeah, it kind of works, but the sides are take up the 4-foot width, so it's actually 3'9" by 8. So that 5x8's nice because you can get a strap around it and get it to sit on there. So all right, guys, well, this is a long enough video of me rambling on. At least we got to see it. I'll get this thing unstrung tomorrow when I have no rain outside, and yeah. But that is a side note with this whole rain thing, is our sump pump runs here. It runs actually everywhere in town, a lot. So like all of my neighbors have their sump pumps, and they pump it all the way out, which is good. You should pump it as far away from the house as you can. And that's how this whole entire town is. And so with this rain, or any rain for that matter, I was talking to the neighbor, and he said, yeah, this house here, he said, I don't know what kind of sump pump you got, but it is a powerful one, because he said in the springtime when it's kicking out a lot, there was a pinhole in the line that goes all the way out, and he said it would squirt water out the pinhole like a little geyser. So pumps a lot of water often. It hasn't been running very much now, but once it rains like this, it will run. And the good thing is, the dude before me bought a lot of that plastic hose. It goes all the way from the house all the way out to the back ditch. So it gets it as far away from the house as possible, and then once it hits the ditch, obviously it goes wherever it goes. And then these people, they got a ditch in between us, and that's runs their water all the way out. And then that guy also has a hose that runs his all the way out. So luckily it's not like we're pumping it on each other's lawns or anything like that. Like, we're truly just getting it the heck out of here. And that's I guess that's more common than not, but all right, enough of me blabbling on. That's the come along. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, Pike Lake, I'll add this in there. Pike Lake said, I had a 5x8 with the mesh. Within a year the mesh bent really bad, so I put deck boards on it. That's what I figured. That mesh that mesh does look pretty cheap, so that's what I figure will happen. But for the price point being like $200 cheaper, there's no way that I'm not going to go for it. So, all right, guys, have a good night. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.